Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing this morning? Ah! Ah! We're just sitting out here on the swing, on the carport, and it's not cool, but it's not just too hot either. Go get your toy, Macy. I just thought I'd come on and start the video. Well, she didn't get her toy, did she? Macy, I wanted to throw you your toy. It's not hot, but it's humid. It's pretty humid today. I'll be glad when we start getting some cool weather where I can sit out here and it actually be cool. Oh. So, for the agenda today, I got to find out what Toddler Tuesday is all about. I haven't seen the video on it yet. And if it's something I can do, then I will incorporate it into the video. See my deer out there? Can y'all see my deer? This is the way we identify and help people find our driveway. Let's see. There's one on that side of the driveway. And there is one on that side of the driveway. Our little ceramic deer. Yeah, those deer came from my husband's brother that got burned up and passed. And we haven't had them since we've been moved to this town. We moved to this town in 2000. But it wasn't long after that my husband's brother passed. What happened was he was paralyzed from his waist down from a gunshot wound. Someone shot him. Tried to kill him, but he didn't die, but he was paralyzed from his waist down. That happened right after, not long after hubby and I got married. Probably a year or so after. Somewhere, it wasn't 2 years, it was somewhere probably around maybe a year and a half, something like that, it happened. He didn't die then. He lived, I can't even remember what year it was. Macy, come back on here. I can't remember what year it was, but we wasn't living in this town when, it was right after me and hubby got married that happened. And it was after we moved to this town. But anyway, he was paralyzed from his waist down, but he had his vehicle fixed where he could drive it using just his hands. And so he done all kind of things. Even though he was paralyzed, he still went hunting, and he done all kind of things. And but this one day he went to go hunting on his own land. He went to go hunting, and he was hunting from out of his truck cab. He backed his truck up where he wanted it, and he was just sitting there hunting from his truck cab. Macy, don't you go to that road. Get over here. And anyway, he was going to move from where he was at, and he cranked his truck up, and it was stuck, not in mud. He had run over something somehow or another, and it was where he couldn't get his truck over whatever it was he had backed up over. And from the exhaust and all the heat of the truck underneath it, there was dry grass, and it set it on fire. And him being paralyzed, he couldn't get out of his truck fast enough. Macy, I'm gonna have to take her in. Looks like, Macy, I'm gonna take you inside. Stay where I can see you. Do not go around there. But anyway, his truck caught on fire, and he couldn't get out fast enough. It didn't kill him inside his truck. He kept trying to get out and kept trying to get out, and he finally managed to pull himself out and onto the ground, but not before he was burnt really bad. And he was burnt so bad they couldn't keep fluids in him. His fluids was seeping out through the burned places after he got to the hospital, and they couldn't keep enough of fluids in him to keep him alive, and he ended up passing after he got to the hospital. And it was after that, it was his ceramic deer. Come here. It was his ceramic deer, and he had, in his will, he had willed my husband his house and land, and he had those ceramic deer at I think in his yard. Not at his driveway, but in his yard. And we ended up selling that land. We kept it for the land a little while, the house and land a little while, but it was just too hard to keep up two places, and the Max, that's my husband's brother's name, his house where he lived was 2.5 hours away, and it was just too hard to keep up the two places. So hubby decided to sell the land, Max land, and we kept the thing. Macy, no. He kept the things he wanted, and the ceramic deer was one of them. So, anyway, I know I'm hollering in y'all's ear. But Macy will not. She just will not stay up front. She keeps trying to go to the back. Her just keeps trying to go to the back. Yes, sir, do. Yes, sir, do. Okay, guys, I've been on here almost 10 minutes already. I'm going to go. I just wanted to start the video since I was sitting out here on the swing. Like I said, I will be so glad when it gets cool enough. when it gets where I can handle it, I'm going to start. I know that driveway right there is not very long, but I'm going to start walking when it gets cool, just up and down the driveway. And try to get my lungs built up a little bit. It'll probably take me a while to get, more than one lap. Just walking out to the mailbox, which is right there. Just walking out to the mailbox just about does me in. And I want to get it, I want to get to where I can walk maybe. Hey, it'll be an accomplishment to get to where I can walk 10 minutes. Because like I said, just one trip out to the mailbox just about does me in. I need to get my lungs built up. So when the weather turns off cool enough, I'm going to be walking, and I'll take y'all with me some. I'll probably be pushing a stroller with a baby in it. And we're going to try to get out in the sunshine a little bit when it gets cooler. So I'm going to let you go in this clip, and I'll be back. See you back in the next clip.